Your thinning hair is not a biotin problem, and after 20 years as a dermatologist, I am tired of watching women learn that the expensive way. Bring me that drawer, the one in your bathroom with all the half-empty bottles. Because I see this exact graveyard in my office every single week, and almost every woman says the very same words to me. I have tried everything, I am exhausted, and nothing is working. She is not exaggerating. And here is the part that should make you angry. It was never her fault. I am a dermatologist. I have spent 20 years looking at scalps under a bright light, and I will make you one promise right now. By the end of this, I will name the single thing every bottle in that drawer got wrong. Hold me to it. One of my patients told me it feels like something she loves is dying right in front of her eyes. Another whispered that she feels like an old, balding man, and that she cries over it every single day. All she wanted was her thick hair back, and to stop crying about it. That is grief, not vanity. And I hear the same small things over and over. The shocking handful in the shower drain catcher every morning. The scalp you can suddenly see in the wrong light. The part line widening like a road opening on top of your head. The ponytail you quietly gave up but still miss. The wind you now dread because you feel it right on your scalp. You did not sit still and let that happen. You fought. And that is exactly why this drawer breaks my heart, because every single bottle in it was you fighting. So let me walk this shelf with you, bottle by bottle. Start with the biotin, the famous one. Here is what the label will never tell you. High-dose biotin only helps your hair if you are clinically deficient in it, and almost none of you are. So you mega-dosed a vitamin your body already had plenty of. It did nothing, while that handful in the drain only got bigger. And for some of you, it did something worse. It gave you cystic acne you had never had before. Next, the collagen powder and the keratin pills. Swallowed collagen gets shredded in your gut into random pieces, and your scalp has no way to aim those pieces at a dying follicle. It is hope in a scoop, and while you stirred it into your coffee every morning, your part kept quietly widening. Then the $100 a month capsules. Nutrafol, Viviscal, 4 pills a day, month after month. One woman told me she spent nearly $700 over 9 months and saw no difference at all. So she gave up the ponytail she misses every day and started hiding from the family photos she can never get back. Now here is the question no one at the vitamin aisle will ask you. What if every one of those bottles missed the exact same thing? Not because you chose wrong, because they were all aimed at the wrong target. Here is where the real villain finally shows itself, so stay with me. The problem was never only which nutrient was printed on the label. It was the nutrient gap underneath, the one none of them ever actually fed. Cheap synthetic forms your gut cannot absorb, wrong pairings, missing cofactors. You paid for the nutrient, you swallowed it, and it passed straight through you and left your body before it ever reached the follicle. That is the autopsy. Every bottle in that drawer left the same gap wide open. That is the one thing they all got wrong. But naming the gap is only half of it. The real question is what actually feeds it, and that took me longer to understand than I would like to admit. It comes down to one mineral most women have never once connected to their hair: silica. I call it the thick hair mineral. Silica is what rebuilds the collagen anchor, the tiny cement that holds each hair locked into your scalp. When that anchor is starved, hair loosens and slides out early, even when every other lab you have looks perfect. When it rebuilds, hair stops letting go. But silica on its own is not enough, and this is exactly where every other bottle failed. It has to be in a form your gut can actually absorb, and it has to be paired with the cofactors the follicle needs to use it. That is the formula I now point my patients to. It is called Knorr Healthy Hair Formula. Plant silica from horsetail in an absorbable form, not the cheap grit that passes straight through you, paired with biotin and high-dose B5, which is why I call it biotin without the breakouts, plus zinc and copper to refill the exact gap every failed bottle in that drawer left empty. It is plant-based, so no fish, no shellfish, no shark cartilage. 2 capsules a day, not 4. And there is nothing to get hooked on, no lifetime dependency like the minoxidil so many of you are scared to ever stop. Now, I already know what you are thinking, because my most stubborn patient said it to my face. Another supplement? I have a whole drawer of those that did nothing. I told her this one is different because it is the first one aimed at the gap instead of the label. She rolled her eyes. Then she read the science for herself and she started. Here is what she saw and what I watch happen over and over. Around day 14, the handful in the drain catcher gets smaller. By day 30, she stops finding hair on the pillow and the shower stops being the worst part of her morning. By day 60, the baby hairs come in along the part line, that soft new fuzz standing up in the light. And by 90 days, the part itself starts to close, and someone finally asks her what she is doing differently. That is when the crying stops. And it is never only the hair. She tells me her nails are stronger, her skin looks better, and for the first time in years, she is not thinking about her scalp every waking minute. She puts the ponytail back up, on purpose, in public. She stands at the front of the family photo instead of ducking to the back. She catches her reflection and sees herself again, not the balding stranger she was scared she was becoming. And she looks at me and says the same thing they all do. Why did no one tell me this sooner? The honest answer is that no one is paid to. There is no money in telling you the last 4 bottles were aimed at the wrong target. But now you know, and you cannot unknow it. So do not buy one more bottle for that drawer. Tap Learn More and read the article I linked so you finally understand the gap before you spend another $1. Then feed your follicles the 2 capsules a day that actually close it. Try it at home with a 180-day money-back guarantee, which means if you are not happy for any reason, you send it back anytime within 180 days and get every $1 returned. So the only real risk left is doing nothing and counting that same handful in the drain again tomorrow. I linked everything for you below. Tap Learn More, read it tonight, and stop losing the hair and the mornings this is already taken from you. There is one thing in that article I did not say here. The reason this gap stays hidden from almost every woman for years. Go read why. As long as the page is up, it is still available, but it is already sold out 3 times, so act now while supplies last.